mostly like I would never wish for United to win, but I do not want to play Manchester City again if we do end up winning. Like I
Oh
cannot. I don't
yeah.
want to play Manchester
Oh
City
my
for five
God. And I
years.
I I swear if for the next like 5 10 I swear I can't even think of a time when I'd want them like this matchup to happen again. Oh
Yeah,
my God, I'm
exactly.
so tired. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Wherever you are in the world, you lovely people, football is coming back with the FA Cup semi-finals. So many interesting things to talk about. And we're just be happy to be back and happy to be here. Kai, how's it been? How's the international break been for you?
International break was okay. I mean, you know how international football is, right?
Yeah.
There's just a lot of discourse on Twitter about which team players are doing better, this, that, and then of course, like people complaining about loading, players getting
Yeah,
injured.
I kind of wanted to ask you about that. Like with all of the scheduling things, people doing friendlies and like useless tournaments that don't mean anything. Like I think personally, I think World Cup, Euros, uh, all the continental trophies, right? Africa,
Yeah,
South America, Europe, like everyone, Asia, they should all have their continental trophies and the World Cup. Apart from
yeah,
that, there should be nothing else in international
yeah.
football. Nobody watches it.
What I don't even know what the Nations League is. Like why are you
Yeah.
doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know there's like qualification, this, that,
Yeah.
seeding, all that is determined by the
Yeah.
Nations League. I'm not gonna pretend to know what it is. But yeah, I mean,
No,
it's
just have World Cup qualify. You have World Cup qualifiers anyway. Just do that. Like do that for everybody and finish it off. Like World Cup, Continent Cups, and done. Like I'm
yeah.
sorry.
And I guess in women's football, like Olympics is a big deal, has
Right.
always
Olympics,
been.
of
So
course.
yeah. But I also saw news that from the next to next Olympics, I think they're going to expand women's football to 16 teams and reduce men's football from 16 to 12 teams.
Right.
Because it just means more. But anyway, yeah, I mean it's just been crazy, right? I mean you have this international break that sits right before some important matches like cup finals, end of season, Champions League stuff. So
Yeah.
there's been a lot of injuries. There's been a lot of discussion about whether this international break should be there, whether it should be scrapped. Fans are losing their minds.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think it should be scrapped. Like personally, I don't see the point to it. And like honestly, I also feel like friendlies, like they should ban friendlies. Like if you want to play 11 aside, there are enough players in your country to split them into two and play 11 aside. Like ban friendlies.
You know what I feel? I feel like you should scrap like, this Nations League business and just play friendlies. I feel like at least,
Yeah,
friendlies gives managers opportunities to kind of rotate,
try things.
experiment a
Yeah,
little bit. But with like Nations League, there is a trophy at stake, whatever that is. Like,
yeah,
you can
yeah,
call it like a, fancy friendlies trophy, or
yeah,
whatever. But there are no, but like from like a national team manager's perspective, there is something at stake. So you can't
yeah, yeah,
experiment as much with it either. Not that, like, for example, Serena Wigman would ever rotate. She'd
yeah,
rather cut her arms off than rotate her
yeah.
squad, I think. But if you can't tell, I am one of those angry fans.
Yeah. I think after an almost an entire year of doing this, I think we have established that.
Yes. I come
Pessimism
and I come and
anger.
say I come and say, oh, Twitter discourse, but like I am one of
Yeah.
those Twitter discourses.
Yeah. Guy is the Twitter discourse.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like I have like 20 followers, but point is,
Yeah.
I partake very willingly in that discourse more
Yeah.
often than not. Um, But yeah, I mean, it is really unfortunate. I think during the course of the episode, we will take you through some key injuries to the teams that are going to be playing in the FA Cup semi-finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ash, maybe we can get started.
Yeah, and I think there's no better place to start than to start with Chelsea versus Liverpool. Uh, you are the host, you are the home team. I would think advantage Chelsea, but as we had just ranted about the international break, Kai, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, injury list. Let's start with the injury list. Mayra Ramirez did not go to Colombia. I mean, did not play with Colombia. She did not feature in the international break. Maika Hamano returned after an illness. Lauren James felt her hamstring, apparently. We don't know where Guru Wrighton is at. We don't know where Naomi Gurma is at, which means we still have only two centre backs, two fit centre backs at this point. But of course, we don't quite know. Like, for example, we don't know if Hamano will be fit to play. If it's an illness, then hopefully she's kind of gotten through that and it's okay. I also feel like Myra Ramirez not traveling was probably precautionary. Um, like the club has not explicitly said that she has an injury. They've just like put it in like very vague terms, and I understand that. Like I feel like of all the players, like we just don't have the depth in that striker position. So I understand why that choice could have potentially been made. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't think Lauren James is going to start. We'll have to wait for Sonia Boppa's press conference, which will probably happen in a couple of hours after we record, I guess. And I mean, if anybody was wondering, this is part of, if anybody was wondering, some lip readers said that when Sam Kerr was talking to Ji Soyun after the friendlies, she said that she has a problem with her hammies. I don't
I'm
know.
telling you, Chelsea fans are insane. Okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, you can draw your own conclusions from that. I personally, I mean, held this position for quite some time, which is that I don't think Sam Kerr is going to make any meaningful impact this season. I'd much
Yeah,
rather have her fit and firing next season than do something stupid and have her pick up an injury right now.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, that is, I think, all the injury updates. We have no idea what has happened to Miley's Empome. If anybody knows, please do let us know because Sonia doesn't talk about it, and none of the journalists seem to care. Uh, so we have no idea. But yeah, I mean, like you said, there is there is an advantage that we are at home. I personally think it's very important. I think it does put Chelsea in a good position because last season we played Manchester United in the semi-finals and it was like similarly placed, right? It was literally a week
Yeah.
before we played Barcelona, and you could tell that the players were thinking about their trip to Barcelona while they were playing the FA Cup semi-finals. I like it is helpful that the fans are going to be there, and it's at Kings Meadow where the fans are pretty loud. It's a tighter stadium, right?
Yeah.
So it's a smaller stadium. So I think all of that will be good for Chelsea. Again, we'll have to wait and see what the lineup would look like, but I suspect. Uh, I mean, I don't think it's going to be like a second string team by any measure because, I mean, you do have a week's break, right? It's this Saturday to next Saturday, so there's no need, and it's a cup semi-finals. Like you can't put out a second string team and risk it. But yeah, I think. I mean, I feel like this is I'm more excited about Liverpool's performance, if that makes sense. I'm more excited about what Liverpool have to offer because we all love a good cup story, right? We all love that story. I mean, it happened with Spurs last season.
Yeah.
Maybe there is some magic of the cup uh, somewhere there. In terms of injuries for Liverpool, all that we found out is that like Kerry Holland uh, did pick up an injury during the international break, but I do feel like that midfield has played without Holland a little bit. this season because I feel like she's been injured on and off. So
Yeah.
hopefully they'll be able to cover for that. And excellent news for Liverpool fan, which is that Olivia Smith is fit. It scares me, but I'm also
Yeah.
excited. A
Yeah, I
20-year-old
mean,
girl is putting the fear of God in me. That is what is happening.
I mean, that would just so it goes to show how spectacular she is. But like, I also feel like Liverpool are so toothless up top without Olivia Smith. I feel like the minute Olivia Smith comes back, you're like, okay, Liverpool can win this. If Olivia Smith is out, you're like, okay, there's no chance. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of I'm I feel like I know that Chelsea have all these injuries, but I think it would take a miracle for Liverpool to win this, like genuinely. But I'm on Liverpool's side. Like I'm on the underdog side.
Yeah, I'm tempted. I'm not gonna lie. I am
Yeah.
honestly like, I mean, as a Chelsea fan, like I obviously want us to go to Wembley. Probably we'll be playing Manchester United. But sometimes I feel like it is better to just lose to Liverpool in the semis than to lose to United at Wembley, if that makes sense. But
Why do you think, my God, you are a Chelsea fan? You practically win every trophy. You should not be talking about losing to United or like none of these teams you can beat, teams you can't beat.
listen, I'm glad I'm not the one giving the pep talk in the Chelsea dressing room because we
Yeah.
would lose every game. But no, on a serious note, like I do think Chelsea, like the odds are in Chelsea's favor because simply
Yeah.
because we're playing at Kings Meadow, we're very good there. Although we did almost lose to West Ham just before the last block ended, that was just chaos. Um, I don't know. I honestly like. I do think Liverpool have a good shot.
Yeah.
The only issue I think with Olivia Smith is that, I do feel like she plays better when there is more space because she's obviously like a
Yeah.
pacey winger, right? Like running in
Yeah.
behind. And Kingsmeadow doesn't necessarily offer that,
Yeah.
especially in like wide areas, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
But I do think Chelsea will offer that, like just because they'll
that is
go.
true. That is true. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see because, I mean, if this international break has taught me anything, it's that our, well, potential starting fullback in Neve Charles can be caught out of position very easily. uh,
Okay,
s-
really quickly, Kai, predictions.
ooh, I'm gonna go 2-1 Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea. You know, I said earlier that I want to back Liverpool, and I still in my heart I'm backing Liverpool, okay? But Kai is really, really up. Like I can't stand on principle because Kai is really, really beating me in this game. So I'm gonna go 3-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, you'd much rather like give up on your principles now than wear a Chelsea shirt next
Yeah,
season.
exactly. Exactly. Yes, my point
Yeah.
exactly. Thank you.
Yes. Fair enough. Fair enough. It'll be really hilarious when like Olivia Smith like scores a hat trick,
Yeah.
and we'll all like none of us will like neither of us will get any points. But
Yeah.
yeah, fair enough. Let's move on to Manchester City versus United. Ash, do you want to take us through this game? How you see it? Injuries, all of that.
Yeah. So basically, the injuries first. Miedema, a very big blow to City. Miedema is the latest injury. We will find out about Fujino, Nak, and Hemp, who were all training on grass. But I do feel like this semis might not be the best time to bring any of them on. Maybe from the bench, but like even if they're somewhat fit, I would not start them. No news about Bunny Shaw or Greenwood. City fans, I do feel sorry for you. I understand what you're going through. United, I don't think they have any injuries. Riviere was in the Canada camp, so I think she should be fine. I do think Bizet was carrying an injury in the last game, but I feel like by now, if there was an injury, you would have heard about it. So
Yeah.
clearly, she's probably fine. So, good news, bad news. I don't know how United fans will react to this, but Mark Skinner renewed contract until June 2027. So, congratulations to the United fans that felt like he deserved it because of the season that United have been having. More than likely, CL qualification, semis in the FA Cup, maybe even finals or defending their FA Cup, whatever. They got kicked out of the League Cup in the quarters, but to be fair, it was to City, so I doubt any fans were too upset. And if you're like me and like can't stand his face, even if United became like the next Barcelona, I'd want Mark Skinner gone. Then take a seat. You're going to be waiting for a long time. Like 2.5 years is a really long time. Anyway, City are really fortunate that Carolyn adjusted to the league so fast because otherwise their attack could have been dire, like
She
dire.
also had a good international break. Like she scored for Brazil against US. I mean, yeah, she had a decent game, I would say. So
Yeah.
definitely good that Carolyn is in that squad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed with how fast she's sort of like, adjusted to the pace of the league and everything. And there's always Fowler and there's Fujino. I feel like amongst the three of them, at least we can't be like, oh, it's like so like it's there are holes in this squad. Like at least it's not that bad.
Wait, so we don't even know if Fujino's going to be fit, right? So they have no forwards. It's just Fowler and Carolyn at this point. Or they have the younger players in Murphy. That's it.
I mean, like I feel like Fujino will at least bench, at least make the bench. I feel like that. I don't know. In my heart, but something in my heart is telling me Fujino is available for selection.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I just when I was writing this, also I was thinking about it, but then I was just like, no, no, Fujino. but yeah,
No, no, Fujino.
no, no, Fujino. Anyway, I mean, it could also be wishful thinking because I want to see a game. Like I want to make a game of it.
Yeah.
We have a fun person joining us for this game. So keep your eye out for that, everyone. Surprise mystery guest. Anyway, United. United definitely like have the upper hand, I think, on paper, like because of all these injuries that City has. I mean, keep in mind that City do have the home advantage, but I don't know if that means anything because it's in Manchester and like
No, you know
I
what? I disagree a little bit because I do think I feel like that Academy Stadium for City is a little bit like Kings Meadow for Chelsea. Like they don't
it,
lose there a lot.
um but United are running a bum in chair campaign. Did you know
That's
about
true.
this guy?
Yeah, 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 I did. Yeah. Anyway,
There's a red chair that apparently people have to put their bum in.
yeah.
Let's see. I mean, United really annoy. I'm sorry, I'm going off on this tangent about United's management, but United, the CEO of United, I think his name is Omar Barreto. Now he's come out and he's like, oh, the women's team, we are so excited about the women's team, and like I support women's football. Where were you a year ago? Okay, I'm like
And
half a
where
year
were
ago,
you?
whatever.
Like, where were you when your team was lifting the FA Cup at Wembley last year?
No, I mean, I think the management changed just that point, no?
Ah, okay,
So
okay,
like
okay. Yeah.
so like this guy, okay, like now that the men's team is doing really badly, they desperately need the good PR. So they're just like, oh my god, the women's team, we just discovered that we
Wow.
have them hidden away somewhere. Let's talk about how great they are. And I'm just like, my god, y'all like at the start of the season when they were like giving the women such raw treatment.
Yeah.
I think I mean, good for the United women's team, like good that they came out and were like, okay, we perform so well that you will force you to recognize us. But
Yeah.
and he's like, I really believe in the women's team. I'm just like, no, you don't.
I mean, beyond that, you don't care about it. Like, why would you believe
Yeah.
in something that you don't even care about?
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But one of the things that annoys me about this is that I can't even hate on United Women like
Yeah.
properly because their management treats them like such like
Yeah.
so poorly. I
Yeah.
because I feel for them. Like and like it is really sad that a team has to perform at a
Yeah,
certain
yeah,
level, and while the men's team is performing badly,
yeah,
to
yeah,
for us to get to this point,
yeah,
because they have had good seasons in the past.
yeah.
So they finished second to Chelsea a couple of seasons ago. They won the FA Cup last year. Like, anyway. Um, but yeah, let's talk a little bit about United. Where do you think they're at?
Oh, right. That's what we came here to do.
Yes.
Anyway, so United, United's record is much better than its form. Like, I feel like their record is a little deceptive because, apart from that loss against Liverpool, like you can say that 4-0 against Villa is a demolition. But has anyone seen Villa recently? Palace can beat them. Like, I mean, at the point where they played them, Villa have picked up some form recently. Uh,
Yeah.
and I feel like at some point, like their fantastic defense will not be able to get them over the line. But I mean, I could be eating my words because it feels like Leticia simply just doesn't have any bad days. Like she's absolutely perfect in every way. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just one of those. I feel like United definitely have the upper hand in terms of squad, but I don't know. I feel like City might pull something off.
I honestly, what I'm intrigued by is, sometimes, s- like, when teams have a lot of injuries and they have their backs against the wall, they
Yeah,
do kind of turn up
yeah,
very
yeah, like
randomly.
cats.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're just like out to their claws and they're just out to
Yeah.
get you. So, I mean, I feel like there could be a curveball here in that sense. But I do feel like, I feel like we're far enough into the season to accept that United's defense and their midfield, I feel like their defense has been doing reasonably well because, like, at least Mark Skinner has figured out his eights, even though he has not quite figured out his 10 yet.
Yeah.
In some ways, like, even that defensive aspect of the midfield has been fairly good,
Yeah.
in my opinion. And I feel like if that starting four of Riviere, Letitia, Millie Turner, and Gabby George are all available with Talis Joyce behind them, I do feel like they are really hard to break down. Um, I Yeah, I think as a unit, I do think they do deserve a lot of credit. But
Yeah.
if Riviere goes off and, like, if a Mannion comes in, I feel like the quality drop there is massive. Whereas
Yeah.
if Gabby George goes off and Anna Sandberg comes in, it's a little better,
Yeah,
you
it's a
know.
little better.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But looks like he's going to put out his like usual starting 11. Seems like everybody's fit, so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would say advantage United from that
Yeah.
perspective.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously I don't want to jinx it. I don't want any player to ever be injured. But like it is really remarkable how few injuries United have had. Like they've just kept their whole squad fit. Perhaps, maybe dare I say it, Mark Skinner deserves some credit for maybe rotation or like whatever training. I don't know what it is. Their squad is fit. There must be something behind it.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, they've had a handful of injuries, but um, yeah, I don't know. It's working for him. I'm not going to speculate
Yeah.
on why he's doing something right. I think, or players are
Okay.
doing something right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, Kai,
Can I
prediction.
just? Yeah, my prediction is 3-2 United. I want loads of goals. 3-2 United. Mostly, like, I would never wish for United to win, but I do not want to play Manchester City again if we do end up winning. Like,
Oh
I don't
yeah.
want to play Manchester
Oh
City
my
for five
God. And I
years.
I I swear if for the next like 5 like 10 like I swear I can't even think of a time when I'd want them like this matchup to happen again.
Yeah,
My God, I'm
exactly.
so tired.
So 3-2 to United is my prediction. Um,
Oh yeah.
Simply because I do not like, if at all we do go to the finals, I do not want to play City again. Like, I'm done.
Yeah. You know what? Just to make things interesting, I'm gonna go City.
Okay.
So I'll go 2-1 City.
I can fully
Just to
see that
make things
happening.
interesting.
Yeah.
At least we should have one game if we disagree with each other.
Yeah, yeah, true, true, true. Yeah.
So,
So, yeah, I think we got through that fairly quickly,
yeah, yeah.
including all the rants that we had to put out.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I have more rants, but I'm just keeping them to myself because I feel scared of what I'll say.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, that brings us to the end of this episode. We are having a watch along for the next episode. So, everyone, please make sure you join us for the watch along. It's going to be lots and lots of fun. And yeah, so we'll see you tomorrow at the game. Everyone, make sure you tune in and make sure you press the like and subscribe and yeah, the bell icon, all the good things. Share as well.
Yeah.
See you. Bye bye.
Right. Yeah. Bye.